And we are following breaking news right now. The jury has returned a guilty verdict in the trial of the man accused of attempting to assassinate President Trump. This was on his Florida golf course last year. Ryan Routh was convicted of all 5 federal charges against him. And CBS News correspondent Cristian Benavides joins us now from Fort Pierce, Florida. He's been following this case. Cristian, what can you tell us more about this situation now?
Nancy, well, we just got that verdict within the past 15 minutes, guilty on all 5 counts that he was facing from that incident last year. Guilty on attempted assassination of a major presidential candidate, guilty of possessing a firearm in furtherance of a crime of violence, guilty of assaulting a federal officer, guilty of felon in possession of a firearm and ammunition, and guilty of possession of a firearm with an obliterated serial number. All of this came as closing arguments took place this morning. Ryan Routh, of course, taking the unusual route of representing himself, and that made this entire trial go a lot quicker than initially anticipated. Just to give you an example of that, closing arguments for each side were set to be about an hour and 45 minutes each, and Routh only took about 30 minutes to present his closing argument, where he rambled about a number of different topics, including speaking about the First Amendment, the Civil War, about his plan to buy a boat at some point. Judge Eileen Cannon at one point even had the jury step out of the room and told him to stay on topic. His ultimate defense was that he didn't have, that his character was not the type to do something as what he was accused of doing. Meantime, the prosecution, during their closing arguments this morning, presented DNA evidence. They presented evidence that Routh had plans to run away to Mexico. In addition to that, cell phone tower data and DNA evidence that linked him to the weapon that was found in the so-called sniper's nest that they discovered at the West Palm Beach golf course where Trump was golfing at. Again, ultimately, the jury took just a couple hours to deliberate and found him guilty on all 5 federal counts.
Cristian Benavides, thank you very much for your reporting there.